Ask anybody in this county. My mom and I were amazing. We would never do such a thing like that to each other at all.
A 17-year-old will be charged as an adult after deputies say he murdered his mother.
Would never do such a thing like that. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show.
Meet 17-year-old Carlos Antonio Hollowell, a teenager who thinks he can get away with the murder of his own mother. But the more he lies,
I just don't want you guys thinking that I did this because I didn't.
the more suspicious detectives become, because they know that what happened to Denise was no simple accident, and they must get to the bottom of it all, one way or the other.
Your phone's down by the lake. Your mom's phone down by the lake. Your camera's down by the lake. Because I mean, it's all the evidence points to you.
We're trying to get justice for your mom.
Then tell me the truth, because I can't help you without that.
On the evening of July 13, 2019, dispatchers in Citrus County, Florida received a frantic 911 call from a teenage boy.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
I need someone fast. I need EMTs. I need people.
Okay. All right, stay on the phone with me and take a deep breath and calm down so we can get this information, okay?
I can't.
Do you think she's beyond any help?
I don't know.
The person on the other side was 17-year-old Carlos Antonio Hollowell. According to him, he'd just woken up to his dogs barking, and when he went to check up on them, something seemed off. The front door was open, and so were the side gates, and when he walked toward his adoptive mother's bedroom to ask if she'd heard anything, he found her in her bed, barely breathing and with an axe in her head. When officers arrived at the lakeside home in Inverness, 57-year-old Denise Hollowell was still clinging to life, but she died at the scene shortly after, and her son, Carlos, had an explanation ready. He'd been asleep in his room when it happened, and he suspected an intruder must have broken in and attacked his mother. But investigators weren't buying it, because there were no signs of forced entry, nothing was stolen, and most telling of all, the home's security cameras had been ripped out and were nowhere to be found, which raised an obvious question. If an intruder broke in and killed Denise, why would they take the time to remove every camera in the house? And more importantly, Carlos was the only other person home, and how did he not notice a home invasion if it really happened? So detectives brought him in for questioning to figure out what really happened to Denise in the face of all the questions they had.
Oh, man. Hold on, Carlos. Hey, going on, you hanging in there, man?
Just trying to accept the fact.
Once again, my name is Detective Ramos, Lieutenant Ball. So we're brought out here, and we're just trying to talk to you, see if you could, help us out and let us know what all took place.
Okay. My mother and I came back from the funeral, and we had lunch together. We had pie together, and the last time I saw her was around 2:33. We both went to our separate rooms to take our naps for the day, which is what we normally do. And then about a couple hours later, I don't remember the time, I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. So I walk out to the front door. My mom's door is closed as always, but she does let the dogs out every now and then while she's taking a nap to just let them go to the bathroom. So the front door was wide open. I figured she might have forgotten to close it. I looked outside. Our dog, the two green gates that you guys walk through, are completely open. Every now and then my mom sometimes does that. She's getting older and she forgets things very easily now. She was. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up to help me find them, and then I found her there.
What funeral did you go to?
We went to her friend's, Kathy, I forget her last name. It was in St. Petersburg. The whole family was there, close friend families. We weren't directly related to them.
Mm-hmm. So how long did it last?
Not too long. My mom read a scripture verse in there too as well. I forget which verse it was, but she was a part of it.
Okay. And then you guys left about what time?
I can't say. After the funeral, they invited us to eat brunch in the church, and we all just moved down there. We started eating, conversating with everybody, just making memories of Kathy, pretty much.
And then you guys end up leaving at some point?
Yes. I don't remember what time we left, but it was 12 maybe-ish.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay. And then you go stop and grab pie on the way back?
Yes. Right before we hit the interstate. I forget what place we went to. But we bought 2 full pies, ready to eat them when we get back home.
So you didn't eat the pie, you just grabbed them and then left?
We ate at home.
Okay. So you guys get back in around 2:30, you said?
Around there, yeah.
Okay. Did your mom leave to go anywhere else during the day after coming back?
She said she had to go out to get some groceries, but I don't know if she left or not. I was in my room, I was already sleeping, and usually when we go in each other's rooms, it's just private time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really bother each other that much. It's our own time away from each other.
Okay. So you don't know if she left to go anywhere else or something?
I don't. I usually don't know. I'm a heavy sleeper and I sleep on that side of the house. Her car's where the garage is, so I usually can't hear it, nor do I know. I usually have something playing in the background to help me fall asleep.
Mm-hmm. You remember at any time what time you went to bed or take a nap?
No. The only thing I remember was waking up to the dog barking next to my room, which was odd.
As soon as you got home, what happened from the funeral?
We ate pie. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. Did you talk to anybody at all on the phone?
No, I was texting my girlfriend, some friends about work. That was pretty much it.
Where you work at?
I applied to the Cove and I was texting some buddies who work there and see if I can get some recommendations and stuff.
Oh, okay. You were texting your girlfriend throughout the day or after you were taking a nap or?
It was after the funeral. I texted her mainly, and then before I went to sleep for the nap, and then after that I was out.
How long was the nap, more or less?
Definitely slept for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then from there I just kind of like fiddled on my phone playing games.
So you was already awake then when the dogs were barking?
No, that did wake me up. I fell back to sleep. I just don't know what happened. I was completely confused. Doors were open. It was completely unusual, but her door was still closed. And then when I opened it,
What do you mean doors were open?
Front door, and then the gates were completely open,
Mm-hmm.
which never supposed to be like that.
So what did you see when you walked into your mom's room?
It was our axe in the side of my mom's, and I could still hear her trying to breathe.
What do you mean our axe? What
The axe that was in here is the axe that belongs to us.
where was that at?
It's supposed to be in our shed.
The white one?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Where is it normally kept at in the garage? I mean, in the shed.
There are buckets right on the right that we put all of our stuff in, and it's usually right in there. Right to the right where all of the work materials are is right there.
Let's take a moment here to put together the timeline that Carlos just gave and figure out the gaps in his story. We'll also fill in any missing details here that Carlos covers between his conversations. On the morning of July 13th, he and his mother woke up early and drove to St. Petersburg to attend a funeral of someone they knew. After the service, they stopped to get pie, then drove back to their home in Inverness, arriving in the early afternoon. Once home, Denise went to her bedroom. Carlos went to his, and both of them took naps. Carlos says he woke up at some point, used his phone briefly, then went back to sleep. Later, he was awakened by the dogs barking unusually loudly. When he got up, he noticed the front door and side gates were open, and afterwards found his mom dead. And throughout the interrogation, he fills in more details about the funeral, the drive, the pie. But there's one part of the timeline that remains frustratingly vague. what happened during his nap. And that's exactly what detectives need to figure out, because that window of time is where everything happened.
You know, we're not looking at an accidental situation here, right?
No.
Somebody put an axe in the back of. Who would have done that?
I don't know anybody who would have done that. All my mom's close friends, anything would be people at church. This is the only people that I know.
She don't have any enemies?
Not that I know of. She
People that,
kept to herself. So,
you guys are kind of out there in the middle.
yeah, we're in
nowhere.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We just keep to ourselves. We put signs up because we've had small intruders, and then we hear noises at night. So she just puts all that stuff up for safety.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
She hasn't had any problems with anybody?
Not that I know of. She also stays private from me as well. I only know what I need to know.
Does she have a cell phone too?
Yes.
Where does she usually keep that?
Usually keeps it on her nightstand.
Okay.
You know, no boyfriends or anything? She had issues with boyfriends or?
Not that I know. If she did, I didn't know about it.
When's the last time she ever had a boyfriend come over or anything like that? Ever did?
Never, not since I've been home.
And who else comes to the house besides your girlfriend?
That's it.
Just your girlfriend?
Just my friends, but my mom doesn't let them on the property, so they got to meet me at the gate, or I go to them.
Why she want your peoples on the property?
She doesn't like people on the property.
No?
It's her private property. She's always been really strict about that.
So you don't have no enemies. She has no enemies.
Nope.
Can't even see your house from the roadway.
No,
It's not
you can't
even having to
you
drive
can't
by
even
and be like,
that.
oh, look at your house. Your house is pretty much covered up.
Yeah, we're way back there. The only other entrance is through the lake. That's it. Which we have constant airboats and random people going through in and out, but no one's ever come by our dock. We have a boat right there,
Yeah.
so no one docks or anything.
And we see that your back doors are all keyed.
Yes.
You can't even open it from the inside.
Yeah, from the inside?
It's the inside, right? You got to use a key to get in. Wrong. You got to go out by using a key.
Yes.
Who has that key?
My mom and I do. On my car keys somewhere, wherever she has them.
They're all locked though.
They should be locked.
Yeah.
All of them stay locked unless we're going out. The front door sometimes stays unlocked depending if the dogs are coming in and out. And if not, it's double locked.
What you guys do? What do you guys do with the pies?
Put them in the fridge and then we parted ways. I went to my bathroom and then I went to my room. And then my mom was just out in the living room, out and about, doing whatever, and I finally heard her go to her room.
At that time, when she went into her room, did you just hear her just footsteps going in her room? Was the door open, closed? Did you hear her slam the damn door or?
No, it was just normal. Like I heard her walking in her room and then her door closed.
Was her TV on? Did she watch TV before it was?
Yeah, she had her TV on. I think she had it on the sleep mode, which is normally what she does. She'll put it on sleep, and then after a certain time, it'll turn off.
Did you hear the TV from your room?
Oh no, I can never hear it.
So you don't know if the TV was on or off then?
But she usually has it.
What she normally does?
Yeah, so I assume.
So you go to the bathroom and then go back into your room?
And then I've stayed there the whole time.
Until the dog started barking?
Yeah, and then I heard the dog barking from where it shouldn't. And I was like, oh, okay. Went outside to check. So they've sometimes slipped through the little cracks, but when I went out, the doors were completely open. The gate doors were completely open, and so was the front door.
So, best of your knowledge, you're saying is you did your tools,
Yes,
closed the door,
I thought I did.
and then went to sleep.
Yes, correct. And then my mom was still up, doing whatever, and then I heard her go back to her room and close the door.
Notice how Carlos starts inventing more details as time goes on. Now his mother was watching TV before she went to sleep and he heard her walking around the house, information that he didn't even bother to bring up the first time. And because of this changing story, detectives will begin to get suspicious.
Story's changing as we keep going. It just keeps changing and changing. You went from
What's
she
changing?
went. You talking about she went to. You heard her.
Okay,
You say you went to your
confused.
room.
I'm confused.
You say you went to your room.
Yes,
You closed your door.
correct.
You heard your mom walk to her room and close her door.
Right, she was doing
And then
what
you
she
went to
normally
sleep.
does. Yes, she was doing what she normally does, and then I went to sleep.
So then how you know she came out and went back in?
That was before I went to sleep. I'm saying that I went to my room, closed my door, and I hear my mom doing what she normally does, goes to her room, and then she needs something, water. She usually gets water. Came out, got water, she went back to her room, never heard it up again. So I went to sleep.
So her room should have a cup of water in it?
I don't know what she got. I don't know. I was in my room. So I have no idea. That's just her usual routine. This is going off of what she normally does. Her everyday thing.
Her normal routine, but what did you actually hear? Because you can say I can normally tie my shoes, but you know that don't mean I really had tied my shoes.
Well, she just went into the kitchen. I usually know she gets water because she gets dehydrated, and sometimes she doesn't bring it with her, so she'll drink it there. So she'll have her water cup next to her medicine, and she'll just get a drink and go back to bed, or do whatever. She'll get tea. I don't know because I'm in my room.
Like bottled water, or is it what kind of?
It's in a jug. We refill our waters, and we keep them in the fridge.
Let's step out for a minute. Okay. Just hang loose real quick.
No problem.
With Carlos lying out the wazoo, detectives take a break to regroup and organize everything. But minutes later, one of them comes back in, and during what seems like casual conversation, Carlos lets something slip. He starts talking about a time he crashed his mom's truck, and what he is about to say will reveal more about his and Denise's relationship than he probably intended.
I used to drive my mother's 4Runner, 2007 4Runner.
What's wrong with it?
I was on the trails and I slid into a tree. So,
What side got damaged?
the right side.
The driver's side? The back? I only told passenger side.
Yes. I used to drive a Ram 1500 red pickup truck.
What happened with that one?
I attempted suicide with it. Ran it into a tree.
Oh, how long ago was that?
Somewhere when I was 16.
About a year?
Yeah.
What happened with that, man? Why was?
I was in a bad place, a very bad place, and then my mom just didn't know what to do. She didn't know that I was in that place, and I just went for it.
What you've been doing differently since from then to now?
I'm on, I made another attempt, just overdose. And then my mom finally...
When was the second attempt?
I couldn't even tell you. I know it's on file. I don't know the exact date.
Was it like a month ago, 2 months ago?
No. It was long ago. It was...
Beginning of this year? Last year?
Yeah, between the beginning of this year and a couple months after, yeah. And then my mom finally got me on antidepressants.
Taking those?
Prozacs, yes. Take them every day.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
What did the doctor say that he was diagnosed with?
Depression.
Just depression? Nothing else with it?
No.
No bipolar or anything like that?
No, it's just depression.
Is it kind of depression, like manic, or is it just...
I don't know. The only thing I knew was just depression. My mom would know all that specific stuff.
What Carlos describes here is very important, as it ties in directly with his relationship with his mother.
I just can't open up, no matter how hard I try. So I take the Prozac, and then I talk with my mom. I can release to my mom.
Gotcha. It's good to get in a relationship, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta have somebody. You know, to release some of the pressures in it that's dealing with you, man.
It's my mom. When she adopted me, we were like glue.
That was good. You open up much to your girlfriend?
Not too much.
Not too much?
But enough.
She knows more or less what's been going on.
Yeah.
And stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She knows the basics, not the nitty gritty. Just.
Gotcha. What gets you to that point? Like what was going on during that time that made you?
I wasn't done recovering after what happened between my mom, my younger brother, and me. Even though it happened a while ago, it was just starting to come back up again.
To understand what Carlos is talking about, you need to know what was happening inside the Hollowell home, and it wasn't good. 3 years before the murder, Denise adopted a younger boy named Angel. In 2015, he ran away and told police she'd been abusing him. When investigators checked, his bedroom door was locked from the outside and windows boarded shut, which gave them grounds to arrest Denise. But as the investigation continued, Angel's story kept changing. Mental health professionals confirmed he had reactive attachment disorder and severe behavioral issues. After 5 months, prosecutors dropped all charges. Angel was placed in foster care, then ran away again and disappeared. Through it all, 14-year-old Carlos defended his mother as he vehemently told investigators Angel was lying. After Angel left, Carlos became Denise's only child, and that's when things really started falling apart. Carlos had been drinking since he was 11. By his teens, he was not only using but also dealing a number of hard, illegal substances. And neighbors started noticing something disturbing: pets going missing. One hired Carlos to watch her chickens and came home to find one dead with a hand through it, all while her cat turned up on her lawn. Through all of this, screaming matches with Denise became constant. At 16, Carlos deliberately crashed the truck she'd given him out of spite as the two fought. Then in 2019, a domestic dispute left Denise with a broken wrist and concussion. After this, Denise kicked Carlos out. He lived with family friends until she allowed him back. That's when Carlos made his move and forced Denise to sign a notarized list of demands: car, college tuition, financial support. And 1 month later, Denise was dead. And in the interrogation room, detectives are picking up on holes like these in his story and are done pretending that they believe any of it.
Carlos, how often do you think it is that somebody's sitting in their house taking a nap or anything like that situation and some stranger comes in and kills them?
I don't know, but I will say this. I hope you're not insinuating I would do this. Because she adopted me from 4. She has been my mother, has been by my side.
What my inference is that rarely ever happens.
Okay.
That rarely ever happens, and what I'm trying to lead to is that 99.9% of the time, it's a family member or a close friend or
you don't know anybody,
or a lover or something like that.
Well, the only person, ex-lover is, I don't even know his first name, is Mr. Dave. It was her ex. She's had 2 marriages, both separated. I don't even know really who they are. It was just my mom, whatever my mom knew. I just knew Mr. Dave because he came down once, let me fly a Cessna right at the airport, and I have some pictures of it somewhere. I think my mom has them, and then that was pretty much it. That's all I knew about him.
Well, your mom's been fairly reclusive the last few years especially, right?
Yes, because of the whole DCF case.
Right.
So she tries to keep to herself. And that's why I got concerned that this was going to be out in the Chronicle or everything, because my mom wanted to be very private about everything. She didn't want this out publicly.
Right.
And that was her wishes. She made it known to Ron and Judy, Amy. Everybody knows my mom wanted to be private. Keep to herself.
Right. I'm sure.
So I don't know what you guys are trying to get out of me right now, but I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever.
Yeah.
Would never do such a thing like that. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
Because I remember the whole interviews with you back when all this went down.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was in charge of the Major Crimes Unit then.
Okay.
So, and I remember that CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopathic?
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now. And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Yeah. Right.
So trying, how is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel.
Yeah, that's what a sociopath has the issues with.
Okay,
but
so you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
Well, do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time. And
okay.
It's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county. They can attest to that.
Do you think that people that love one another don't do the most extreme things to them?
Not like that, no.
It happens all the time, every day.
No.
That's what I just told you earlier, that it's usually like a loved one.
Okay, I would not do that. You ask anybody in this county. My mom and I were amazing. We would never do such a thing like that to each other at all. My mom would never hurt me like that, and I would never hurt her. call me a sociopath or whatever you want. And I'm sorry for getting upset, but you please ask around, ask anybody.
We're going to ask everybody.
Ask everybody. They will attest that I would never do that. Ever.
You've been having some pretty bad years the last couple of years here.
I've had some bad years, yeah, but I would never do that to my mom.
Very kind of characteristic of going off the rails.
Going off the rails.
I understand that there's things that happen in a home when nobody's there watching, meaning I don't know what kind of mother she was to you.
A great one.
And I don't know what kind of son you were to her.
I loved her very much.
But we're going to peel this orange way back and look in nitty-gritty details.
Please. You can, and you'll find that I would never do this. I don't know who
the
did.
Evidence is going to show us something.
Okay, that's fine, but I would not do this to my own mother.
Well, I'm throwing this out there because this is the time. Like, if you did something, this is the time to tell us. Because right now, you're telling us a story that you had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Okay? And if later on you come back and the evidence shows us something totally different and you say, oh, mom was a terrible mom and she abused me and we had a fight and I did something stupid, you've already laying out this story right now.
Correct.
Which I can scrap. I can scrap that story if you have another story that's the truth. Okay?
No, this is the truth.
Because now is the time to tell us the truth.
This is the truth.
Everybody's instinct first is to lie or come up with a story.
All right. I did not do that to my mom, but she hasn't always been the best mom. But I would never go to that extreme, ever. The domestic thing was me defending myself. She hit me with my keys and got me right in the eye with the little hook, and I just shoved her on the ground. But I would never go to this extreme, ever.
I just never want to walk out of an interview not giving you the chance to do it.
I do understand that, yes, and I came forth with the truth about my mom being, but nothing else is a lie.
When you say physically, what did she do physically that she used to do to you?
She used to hit me pretty hard, sometimes in the face, mostly in the back, with just anything she could grab. But that was it.
She didn't have like a special bat or a stick or something that would be
Nah.
Just for that?
No, it was just anything that was close by. If it was my keys, she'd whip me with my keys, and that's it. And then after the years, I just kind of took it because it's not really going to stop. But my mom's always been there for me still.
At this point, Carlos shuts down completely, and for the next 2 hours, detectives go in circles with him as he insists that he didn't do anything. So they decide to call it quits for the time being. Over the next several weeks, they gather evidence from the scene, following every lead they can find, and eventually they get what they're looking for. 9 weeks after Denise's death, they bring Carlos back in, and this time, they're ready to show him exactly what they've found.
And then basically, so I just need, we're going to go through the whole story again and show them. They were able to tell me what you told me. They were able to tell me what you told them.
Right.
But the way I work it, I'd rather hear from your mouth what you said versus them. Write it down and then tell me what you said.
Right.
So easier for you to tell me what happened that night.
Okay.
To start from the morning.
Morning, Mother and I woke up. Don't remember around what time, but I want to say around 8-ish. We were heading on our way to St. Petersburg for a funeral, Kathy Malone's funeral, which was a family friend of my mom's. So made it to the funeral. Everybody saw us there. We left. Don't remember around what time, but we came home from St. Petersburg with some knickknacks, like some pies and stuff. And as soon as we got home, we had a little bit of a together time. We ate pie, sat with the dogs for a little bit, talked, and then we, like we normally do on the weekends, we had our alone time with separation. She goes to take her nap, I take my nap or watch TV in my room or whatnot. I fell asleep watching, I don't even remember what, but had some TV on, fell asleep. I woke up to the sound of the dogs barking where they shouldn't be. Usually I'm a heavy sleeper, I don't wake up for nothing, but then I hear something out of the ordinary, dogs barking somewhere else. Woke up. Go out into the living room, in my room, out in the living room, and then towards the front door. Front door is already open, cracked open.
Cracked open?
Yes, so it's cracked open.
Okay.
So I just walk outside thinking my mother left it open a little bit, maybe forgot to close it all the way. It sticks. So walked out, see both gates were open, side gates are open where we keep the dogs fenced inside that little green area.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go find the dogs, found one around the other yard, and the other two were just gone. So then I ran inside to try to get my mom to help me out. Her room door was closed like it usually is when she takes a nap. Walked in, opened the door, and that's when I found her, just like that.
Okay. How many doors do you get in your mom's room? How many doors are there?
There are two. There's a bathroom
Mm-hmm.
that connects all the way through, and then there's her front door.
And which door did you walk in?
Her front room door.
Okay.
She keeps the one by the bathroom usually typically locked.
And what did you do after that?
Immediately, well, I went, I touched her, trying to see if there's anything, but after a while I realized, there's nothing I can do, so immediately called 911 after that. So.
Okay. And so when you walked in there, her back was to you or her face was to you?
Back was towards me, in a fetal position, as if she's sleeping, facing the window.
And you said you touched her. Did you touch the axe at all?
Don't remember if I touched it and then went to her, but I do specifically remember touching her, so I don't remember exactly if the axe was touching her. But
okay. All right, so when you get back to the house, when you first get to the house, you got a gate to your yard, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all pull in the driveway. Do y'all usually close when you leave, or do you leave it open?
No, we close it. We open it when we walk in, and we close it behind us because we don't want the dogs roaming around freely without us watching them.
Okay.
So we put up that little fenced area to let them out, so we don't have to continuously be outside.
I'm not talking about the gate when you pull in the driveway.
The big.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We closed it because we left. We went to St. Petersburg and we came back and we left it open.
Okay. So you came back and left it open. When you got back, you pulled in the driveway. Did you get out of the car, or did she get out of the car to close it or open it? Did you close it when you left?
I did. I closed it. Yeah, because she was driving the way there, so I closed it.
So when you got back, you closed it when y'all got back home?
Yeah, when we left to go to St. Petersburg, I closed it. When we came back, she was still driving, so I closed it.
So you opened it to let her in, and then closed it behind
Opened it,
you?
let her in, and then closed it behind.
Okay.
Usual routine.
So you got the dog in the house, went straight to your mom's room?
Mhm.
Okay, and then that's when you found your mom. You said you called 911, and you walked outside?
Yeah, the operator told me not to be in the room, so she said leave the premises. So they're out the house, open the gate, signal down the officers or whatnot. So that's when I stayed out of the house.
Okay. So that's when you called 911. So you didn't go to the backyard at all?
No.
Okay. Now what about...
I could see it though. I mean, it was
Right, you could see it from the side, but you
Yeah.
never went back there?
No, I could definitely. That's why I didn't go. I was like, oh no, dog.
Okay.
It's all one big, very visual land. You can see pretty much
You can
everything.
see it's wide open. I've seen it. I haven't been inside, but I can see everything up there. All right, so everything, you never went to the backyard at all. You just went inside, seen your mom. Your phone was already on you at that point?
Yeah, like always, it's usually on me.
Okay, and then you walked outside
Mhm.
and called 911.
I called when I was there. I was in the room when I called.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they have that in records because I told them.
The
what I
call
saw.
we do, yeah.
Yeah, I told them exactly what I saw and I was in the room. That's when she told me to leave the house.
Keep in mind that Carlos made one critical mistake in his initial 911 call. He never mentioned the axe lodged in his mother's head. He just said she was bleeding and barely breathing. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone walks into a room and sees their mother with an axe buried in her, that's not something you'd forget to mention.
There was mention of security camera.
Correct. There was one facing the shed,
Mm-hmm.
and it's we don't have a chip for any for you to play it back or see it. It just always was on.
That's just the one outside?
Yeah. So I don't know if it was recording or not, but it has little red lights for the night vision or infrared and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks bad at night. When you look at it, you can see it and it's red, so it's pointing right at you. So
Right.
That's okay.
Bugged out, buddy. Any other cameras at all? Any cameras inside?
Not that I remember.
Don't you remember?
Not that I remember. My mom said something about having a a camera, but I've gone back to the house, and you guys have thoroughly gone through this. When I got back there and saw, I still didn't find any cameras. The only one that I knew was already taken off the property.
So you don't just, the one camera's taken off the property, you know the one that's outside the house?
Mm-hmm.
What about any ones that were inside the house?
I don't remember if there were any ones inside or not, because it's not something I care about that much. It's whatever my mom did. My mom was always very private, so most of the cameras were hidden. There's a sign that we had that says surveillance, and we had multiple cameras up at the house, but they all got weathered out and broken.
Mm-hmm.
So we just left up little lights that look like cameras, and they're all kind of hidden in the trees and stuff, where it's kind of hard to find them. So my mom was always very private with that kind of stuff.
What about cameras in the house?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Sure?
Yes, it is. Those are just whatever my mom did.
Okay. So you said you don't remember, or you know there wasn't any in the house?
I don't remember, because I don't know if there were or not.
It's important to note that Denise had installed multiple surveillance cameras throughout the house, including at least one in Carlos Hollowell's bedroom and others in shared interior spaces. But when officers searched the house, they found the cameras had been deliberately removed from their spots. And in the next few minutes, they will begin to reveal exactly what happened to those cameras and where they went.
And you said you fell asleep about an hour and a half or so?
Yeah, an hour and a half.
On your phone, there's really no dead time. Your phone's being used almost the entire time.
Yeah, it's probably stayed on.
No, I mean somebody physically using it. See, the phone, the database-wise, this is coming from our forensic guy.
Mm-hmm.
The phone was used. It records flips and stuff like that. It records every time you flip it, plug it in. Anytime you access something, every website you look at, you're looking at sports, stuff like that, just like you told us before.
Yeah.
But it shows it was active almost the entire time you were home.
Like back and forth on the house, or like just on one steady thing?
Different stuff.
Oh.
So every time you open an app, every time you close the phone, every time you reopen the phone, all that's recorded. Like everything on the phone's recorded now.
Right, the whole thing, yeah.
I mean everything. Steps you take, places you've been. That's how when you do a search on Google, it'll show up on Facebook.
Right.
Because they're linked together. If you're at McDonald's, it'll say, did you like McDonald's even though you didn't say you're at McDonald's?
Right.
Phone knows you're there.
Mm-hmm.
So it keeps track of everything you've done. It's just phones these days.
Right.
They're basically walking computers and thing of what you've done, an entire diary of what you've done.
Right.
Your phone never shows it was ever pretty much dormant for any kind of long period of time.
Well, I definitely went to sleep, I'll tell you that. I was out.
Right. And you said you never woke back up until your dog's barking.
Yeah, as soon as the dogs barked, that's when I woke up. And that's when I started moving back around.
And then the house was, the front door was open?
Yeah, front door was already cracked.
And the gates were open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then your mom phone, when you found her, she was missing. It was missing.
Correct, it wasn't there.
Okay. On your phone itself, it also tracks your GPS locations. So I can track your entire track around your yard.
Like movement?
Yes, everything. So, I mean, some of the stuff you told me is true, and some of the stuff not so true.
Like, what's up?
Like where all you went and why you're on the phone. Because you're on the phone with 911 for a few minutes, correct?
I think that.
Okay. So it tracks everywhere you went the entire time you're on the phone and the entire time when you weren't on the phone.
Right.
So as you said, you carry the phone with you everywhere, just like typical,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much all young people these to don't leave without it.
So yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So it tracks everywhere you went. It says you were down by the lake area.
For when?
At that time, while you're in that whole time frame from when you called 911 on.
I didn't go down by the lake. I could see it. I didn't go down there.
It tracks you all the way down there. GPS. I mean, it looks like a connect the dots the entire way.
Well, I don't remember being down there at all. I don't, because there's no reason for me to be down there.
Right.
Everything's in the house or it has to be up front because the cops were coming that way. Or the dogs were up there.
Well, it's just like when you first called 911, so it's not like it's been a few minutes. You're down there shortly after you called 911.
Right.
And it shows a time frame on your time. That's like I said. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. If your mom were arguing or something like that, and something happened, I need to know because it's the only way I can help you.
Right, I understand. And no, we weren't in a yard. I just don't remember being down by the water at all. I specifically remember where I was from when the dogs were barking to when I found her, and then that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of like just racing by, focusing on my mom, and then the cops getting there, detectives, and then you guys showing up and whatnot. Other than that, it's kind of been wavering in and out. And then lately I've been having like dreams, like it's been replaying in my mind. And
You will have
it's
those.
the same thing. It's creepy.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I need you to help me. That's the only way I can help you at all.
Right, I understand.
Because if not, it looks it's like something really brutal happened for no good reason whatsoever, versus you and your mom's relationship we know is rocky.
Right.
It always has been.
Right. But
she was more assertive, and you are alpha as well, so you like your own rules. Yes. And I can understand that. But at the same time, either is something totally that was just, it got carried away.
No, we weren't in any fights whatsoever. Not the whole day. Nope.
All right. So why did your phone be down by the lake?
The only thing I could think of was trying to find maybe one of the dogs, and I went down there and I completely forgot about it. But I don't remember searching by the house and then going down the road. Like,
unlike what Carlos claims, his GPS shows he was walking near the lake in the house's backyard when he called 911, not his mother's house. And luckily, the dive team was able to figure out exactly what Carlos was doing there.
So right in that area, we got your phone all the way down right by that.
okay.
And that's why I'm trying to figure out why you would have gone down there.
Possibly, like I said, maybe dogs. I don't remember going down there.
Okay. All right, you know we have a dive team, right?
Yeah.
And then we searched the entire lake behind there.
Okay.
Well, we found anything out there, you think?
I don't know. No, sir.
Nothing of.
No. Probably old hooks, fishing poles.
Come with you find lake bottoms.
Yeah.
Anything else you think about finding out there? I need you to be completely honest with me, because I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I definitely understand 100%. Yeah, no.
Down at the lake, I'm on the dive team as well. You can see doors. I said, this is what I'm trying to do the best I can.
Yeah, I definitely understand. I want to be completely cooperative from what I remember.
You have been so far.
I don't want to get into any trouble whatsoever.
And you have been, so what I'm trying to, like I said, I gotta be able to explain this to not only my boss, but the attorney's office, as to why, because that's the only way I can help you.
Right, I understand.
Because if not, they're gonna think whatever everybody wants to think. And as you know, some people love you and said you're a great person, but you have a short temper.
Yeah, it does. I do have a short fuse. Correct.
And that concerns a lot of people.
I do understand, but
And I can work with that.
Here's the thing, though. Even with the short temper, is everybody knows it's never been anything more than my mother and I being strong yelling matches, and there was only one incident where we got physical.
Right, and you mentioned that before.
Shoved her down, and she broke her wrist, and that was it.
She broke her wrist or just straight?
Fractured. It was fractured. It was a fracture.
Right. See, does that look familiar at all to you? I know it's taken apart.
Is that the camera that's hanging up?
That was outside?
Yeah, it's facing towards the...
See, does that look familiar to you?
No, sir.
Remember the small cameras you said were in the house? This
Yeah,
camera was
just one.
inside of here.
Okay, then yeah, it's one of the ones that are facing towards the window.
Guess how many we found?
How many?
How many do you think we would have found?
One?
No.
If there's only one in the house?
No, you know there's one in the house.
No, sir, I know of one.
Did your mom show you the videos of the dogs and stuff?
Yeah, from the one that faces the door. You can see him watching outside when we roll up. You can see him barking at the door.
There's 3 cameras in the house.
Okay.
I found 3 cameras and I actually found one of them.
Okay.
And then guess what else? What else do you think we could have found in the lake that day? I'm just trying to ask you, if you just to help me out here.
Yeah, I understand. And I don't know.
You don't know what else we could have found out there?
No, I'm going to assume her phone since she's on the camera.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that ain't nothing there. That was the lake. That's from the house. This is that big camera. Which you told us about.
Right, yeah. One that sits outside.
And then this is same thing as in this. Basically, this here is just there. But yes, we found 3 cameras in the lake. And why do you think we found our phone down there?
Well, the cameras were down there, so I'm assuming the phone was too.
Carlos had removed every camera from the house and thrown them in the lake to cover his tracks. Investigators later called it a huge, huge find, because they had proof Carlos was trying to destroy evidence, and his GPS data placed him at the lake at the exact time those items went into the water. Now, slowly but surely, Carlos is about to realize what that means for him.
Your phone's down by the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's phone, down by the lake. 3 cameras, down by the lake.
Okay.
You see how this is stacking up?
I understand, but I'm still.
And the only way I can help you is if you come up front and say, we got a fight, it was a total accident, something like that. If that's what happened, then tell me the truth. I need to know that because I can't help you without that.
Right.
Because without that, it's just something horrible got done and you don't care about it.
Well, no, I definitely do care about it. I'm fairly pissed. It's just, it's not.
Because I can only follow the evidence I have.
I understand.
I didn't hit you before pretty much today.
I understand, but there's nothing that happened to where we got into a fight at all. There was nothing at all. That's the thing. It was a perfectly good day. We were fine, and I don't remember anything bad going on that day. It was all just okay.
So what we're trying to get at, man, like I said, it's been about 2 months or just over 2 months.
I think so, yeah.
We've been working at this around the clock, man.
Right, I understand.
Because we're trying to get justice for your mom,
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And we want to make sure that, that if who's doing this, who we're trying to get after.
Right.
That's why we brought you in here. We're trying to recap and try to get what we need to get done. We're trying to, get some closure, man, because I know you must have been wondering this whole time.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened at all from when, like, from the dogs barking to finding my mom. And once I found my mom, I did panic. Like, really bad, because it's just, mom's there, oh shit, panicked, and just grabbed the one that's facing the front door. I grabbed her phone and I grabbed the thing, the one that was up there. I knew about that one. I thought it was the Guardzilla, but it ended up being a white one.
Mm-hmm.
And I dumped them in the lake. And then I called 911, either before or after that. But
What made you panic? The throne?
I didn't know. Honestly, truthfully, I didn't know if something did happen. I do sleepwalk sometimes. And then everything else, it's like I didn't know what happened because I woke up in my room. Just woke up. And it was like, okay, hear dogs barking, blah, 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 doors closed, slightly cracked open, front door, blah, blah, blah. It's just things that I didn't think were completely out of the ordinary. My mom's done them before. Left the door slightly open, didn't close it all the way. Left the two side gates open. Either walking to the recyclables and then put the bin away, and just left them open because the dogs were out, and then walked inside or something. And then after that, that's pretty much it.
So you threw the 2 cameras in the lake in her phone?
Yeah, that was it. Because
How about 3 cameras? There's total 3 cameras.
I don't remember a third one. I remember specifically 1, 2. Didn't.
There's one on each side of the TV. And one type of thing.
Then possibly, yeah. Because I don't remember a third. I remember specifically the one that was.
So your fingerprint's likely the one we have on the camera.
Yeah, mine and my mom's here. Because I panicked. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And just boom, boom.
Okay. At least we got past that point.
Right. And other than that, I honestly 100% do not remember either what happened or not. Because all I remember is up to from us going to bed, taking naps, and then me seeing her and then panicking. And then just.
Okay. Give me a minute to think about that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you think most people would do when they find somebody? That happened too.
But not in one immediately.
Yeah. Do you think throwing out cameras and cell phones first thing I think of?
No,
Why would they do that?
I don't know why I did.
You know why somebody would throw cameras and cell phone?
Well, of course to hide. To hide it, but I completely panicked. What happened between me and my mom when I threw her down on the ground, and I also didn't exactly remember that either. It was kind of like it happened. It was just boom, it happened, and all of a sudden my mom's getting up off the ground. I'm like, oh, okay, shit. I remember her last hitting me with on accident apparently with my car keys, and then her.
That's back on the domestic issue, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's back in February.
Right, and then found different living situations. Yeah.
How many times did you go down by the lake?
I think once.
Just once to throw the phone and the 3 cameras out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if I did it or if what happened, so I just went.
So you don't remember if you did it?
No, I don't. I don't remember anything from waking up to the dogs barking and then checking out everything and then.
Okay.
From when I panicked and found her.
And you sure you weren't in an argument?
No, whatsoever. I don't remember any single argument.
Carlos now admits he threw the cameras and phone into the lake, but claims he did it in a panic after finding his mother saying he wasn't thinking clearly and didn't know what to do. Right. Because when you find your mother with an axe in her, the first thing you do is calmly remove every security camera in the house, walk to the lake, and throw them in the water, all before calling 911.
Do you realize that doesn't make any sense for anybody to do that's totally innocent?
Yes, I do understand. So that's what's been bothering me the past 2 months, is I don't know. I don't remember. And then when I have dreams, it's playing in different ways. It's been eating away at me, because I don't remember at all.
What are the dreams about though? How they play out in your mind when you have these dreams?
They keep replaying from when I found her to when I panicked. Nothing prior to that. It's just from when I panicked. I just keep seeing the same image of that. And just kind of, oh shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You realize that I need more than that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to do that.
I do. I know. I understand, and I just don't know. I don't remember whatsoever what happened. What really happened from when I woke up to then.
But your phone doesn't really show you took a nap for any period of time.
I definitely did, because I don't remember ever being on my phone. I don't remember text messages or texting somebody or talking to anybody. I do remember sports, and that was it.
But that's why I'm here now. I'm trying to get you to let me know exactly what happened.
Right, and I keep saying I don't remember what happened from then to then. I just don't remember that happening, anything happening at all.
Significant event, you'd have to remember some of it. If you block out part of it, I completely understand that. But you'd have to remember some of it. You just have to. Everybody remembers part of it. You can't block out the whole thing.
I remember being outside at the shed and grabbing the axe. But other than that, it's been luck. And that's it. That's all I remember. Which is why I also panicked, because I remember the last thing I did was grab the axe. But my intent wasn't for that. The intent's just getting it sharpened, getting ready to get the yard work done. I don't know if they removed it, but you can see on the property on their line, or one of our trees fell and bent at their fence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we were supposed to chop up and get it done.
Okay, so you remember grabbing the axe. Do you remember if you took it to the garage?
Yeah, because that's where our other sharpening iron is.
Was that where the axe was? You got out of the garage, you got out of the shed?
Shed.
And then took it to the garage?
Yeah, because we have 2 sharpening irons, one that's in the shed, one that's in the garage.
Okay.
One that's in my room, one's in the garage.
Alright, so you remember at least that far. Do you remember bringing it in the house, like go to your room with it or anything?
No.
Would you sharpen it in your room? You had a
Machete.
not a machete, but you also had a sharpening stone in your room, correct?
Yeah, I have one for the machete and one for the axe.
So,
They're 2 different ones. One's this block that I
right.
use for the machete. It's easier. And then I have this kind of like a longer one that's meant for the axe. I just kind of take it, just brush it down.
Was it more of a stone, or not a stone, was it like a steel?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and was that in your room as well? I don't remember.
No, that was in the garage.
Up in the garage?
Because I only have one for each place, because I have the machete always in my room.
Okay. Do you remember bringing the axe in the house at all?
No. It's just into the garage and sharpening, and that's it. And then,
You don't remember anything after that?
No.
The next thing you remember, do you remember maybe standing over in her room?
I remember walking in the room, like opening the door, and that's it. And
And that was before you woke up from the dogs?
no, that was after. It was after.
That was after?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I remember dogs, and then from there was running around finding dogs and figuring out where they were. And then,
Okay. So if the cameras caught you with an axe inside the house, would that make sense to you?
possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't remember anything from being in the garage. And that's it. From there, I don't remember nothing.
Suddenly, Carlos says he remembers going out to the shed and grabbing the axe, but then claims everything after that is a complete blank. The only thing missing from his memory just happens to be the moment his mother ends up dead, before he somehow comes to and starts throwing cameras in the lake.
Any reason why you think you'd black out and do something like that?
No, I've had a time before I blacked out and not realized what I'd done. But it wasn't anything close like that. It was, I beat the shit out of my brother once. I don't remember what he did. Broke something in my room or something like that, and I just
Took your little brother shit.
I beat the shit out of him, but I don't remember beating the shit out of him. That was the thing. He's like, he was crying, Mom, and then Mom's like, what happened? I remember I was just chilling. And he broke something, and that's it. So that's why I panicked. I know of one instance where I blacked out and did something where I didn't recognize what happened.
Right.
And I've had one other time, but that I didn't think it counted because it was just a hot day. So I figured I blacked out. But apparently I was working in the yard, woke up down by the fire pit is. But I wasn't even near the fire pit when I was working. I was working all the way down by the front gate, getting the fence all ready to go, and before we started clearing it out. So I was working up there, and then all of a sudden I woke up down by the fireplace.
Because I mean, all the evidence points at you. There's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm trying to get you to help me out because
I don't remember anything. We didn't have any fights, and that's the thing. That's why I panicked the most because I specifically remember being in the garage with the sharpening iron,
right,
sharpening the axe, like getting it ready to go. I even went out to go look at the fence line, hopped the fence, looked at the tree, blah blah blah. Did all that normal routine shit. Gotta figure out, okay, where am I cutting? What am I cutting? And then what part of the fence do I have to fix? Because that's what they asked. Getting all that stuff ready, and then from then to there, I remember nothing.
yeah, because I mean, I want to help you try to remember because it helps me for case-wise for you.
Right. And
I don't, I'm not out against you whatsoever.
Right.
I like all the evidence. That's all.
From the case, I understand, but I don't remember anything from there to there. No arguments or nothing.
Maybe you haven't argued. Were you just mad at her about the situation?
No, there's nothing I don't remember anything about being mad at her whatsoever. I really don't.
And I did a lot of same things. Y'all know I've been your age, man, where dad's bowing up, I'm bowing up. I start punching holes in walls and just having this anger, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's typical, teenager, man. It's just, you becoming a man, and she's trying to do what one dad did because she had to play both roles. She had to play a mom and dad, man. So when she had to put her foot down,
it was tough to handle.
It was hard, man. Yeah, it was hard, man. You know what I mean? So, I always came up too straight up, man, from day one. Yeah. I always came up too straight. Never playing with games with you. I never tried to come up with a story or anything like that, man. That's why,
I'm trying to trick you anyway.
Yeah, I definitely understand you're trying to help me out.
We've been working on this, man, and we're trying to put our feet in your shoes and like, if I was dealing with that, like I said, I could relate to the abuse, man. I could really relate to the abuse. And I could put my feet in your shoes and like, man, there's a few times where, like I said, when me and my dad, we both up, you know what I mean? And
because there's no doubt that you did it, and just why.
Right, I definitely understand. And I want to know that too, because I don't remember any argument whatsoever.
I said you may not have had an argument. You may you blew up because just stuff caught up on what happened the last couple of days.
Well, I mean,
it could have been months that just built up, man. Because I know when, like I said, when we talked, it was not just a one time. It was from younger.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it builds up, bro. Like we said, the pressures after a while is gonna bust with so much pressure behind you.
Yeah, the only thing I can really think of is that she was pretty disappointed and kept telling me what a failure I was because I was doing so well in high school, and then I graduated with kind of like C's and D's.
Yeah.
Degree.
Yeah. So.
And was that day or was that Friday?
No. I was kind of
just build up.
Yeah, it was just kind of like when I got home, like my mom and I were working on things, but she definitely let me have it with how disappointed she was about that. That's all I could think of. She was just very verbally aggressive since I got home. And that was it.
When you moved back in, or when you moved back in?
When I moved back in, because she had so many more expectations because of the antidepressants. She's expecting those to make me this better person, which
just like a snap of a finger, you pop a pill, and
yeah, she was kind of expecting that.
Mention that on the way home at all, or maybe while you were eating pie.
No, I was well behaved. I mean, she got mad at me for a fact because I didn't want to be there at the funeral because it wasn't my family per se. I'd rather just been home and got all the work done that I should have gotten. That we should have gotten done instead of being at the funeral. But all of the family friends were there, so we had to kind of
show face.
Family thing, yeah.
We kind of had to show up.
Show the respect.
Make a dad trigger or something.
Maybe, I don't know. But the only thing that I know is that from when I got home to then, it's always been very pressured, very verbally. She didn't do anything physical anymore. Didn't do anything mental where it was like mind games. It was just, she just told me straight up how she felt, and it was so harsh. Like, it could have been like
no sugarcoating.
No, well, like it's not even, I'm used to her not sugarcoating things. She's like, "Oh," I'm like, yeah. But this time it was like she backed it up with like strong adjectives and then strong emotions of like, I'm so disappointed in you, which I've heard that before. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, you be a loser. And that's when it's like, okay, chill out.
No,
Then she kept going, kept going, kept going, kept going.
Calling names with it is fine.
Right, yeah.
You're not being sociable there?
No, I was, because I'm a nice person, so.
Yeah. So everybody talk to you if you're a nice person.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared to death of your temper though. Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that a lot. I get it. My mom's
So
definitely.
it's not like they said you're a rude. He's a great kid, but when his temper flies off, you
Yeah.
can't control it.
And I've been working on it lately. I've been pretty good at it. It's just
What you been doing to try to work on
breaths, the medication, and then just letting it go for that moment. And then when I'm alone or outside, there's a tree. There's a tree out that's fallen over, that's rotten. I'll just beat the shit out of it. Bare hands, or I'll put a towel around my knuckles and just go out there and beat the shit out of it.
So what else can you think about that could have set you off?
I don't remember her saying
I said
it.
there's nobody else at all that could have done it.
I know, I understand. So
Unless I'm just trying to figure out why.
I
And so
know.
I can help you on it because it helps me figure out what caused it.
I don't know.
like I said, man, I could relate, man. It's been with years of dealing with my abusive drunk dad. All right, well, at least your mom wasn't, to that point.
Yeah, no, it's
you know what I
just.
mean. So anything I could have said hi the wrong way, and I was getting my head beat. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand the build up of years of taking that. After a while, you just like anything else, once you get back into a corner, and you figure out, man, I can't back up, I can't calm down no more. It's gonna overflow. It's human. No one in this world can just bottle all in. After a while, you squeeze this bottle, the water's gonna bust up through it, man. You know, man. We know for the years from you being a little kid, not dealing with that stress from the whole you and your younger brother, and then now all this that now she's not even trying to filter it. She just coming straight at you nasty.
Yeah.
With Carlos not having answers to, well, anything, frankly, his interview would come to an end shortly after. Carlos Hollowell was arrested and charged with first-degree premeditated murder. Prosecutors argued the motive was simple: control and retaliation. Denise had been tightening restrictions on him since he moved back in, verbally pressing him about his grades, his future, his failures. And on July 13, 2019, he'd had enough. In July 2021, a jury found him guilty. Because Carlos was 17 at the time of the crime, he was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of judicial review after 25 years. He'll be eligible for that review in 2044, when he's in his early 40s. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.